Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Ulfa Aziza. Okay, here I will continue the explanation about ethnomethodology. Ethnomethodology is a fundamentally descriptive discipline which does not engage in the explanation or evaluation of the particular social order undertaken as a topic of the study. The relationship between ethnomethodology and conversation analysis has been continuous at times. Given their overlapping interests, the close collaboration between their founders and the subsequent divergence and interest among many practitioners. Garfinkel, 1972, show how we conduct our everyday existence in ways that clearly demonstrate how we do not question the kind of assumption mentioned above. He did this by creating situations in which his subject, in this case his student, were not allowed to take certain things for granted. Rather, they were required to evaluate or to question matters which they would normally accept routinely. Needless to say, language was involved in every case. For example, Grafenkel asked his students to report a conversation and state how the participant understood what they were talking about. To do so, it was necessary not only to interpret what was actually said, but also to contrast the said with the unsaid. Example, that which was implied or that which could possibly be inferred, and to make hypotheses about how the various bits and pieces of the conversation fit together as they did. Grapel can point out that in such exchange, matter not mentioned or only partially mentioned are still understood, that understanding itself develops as the conversation develops, and the understanding depends on the willingness of each party to work with the other to develop a common sense of interpretation for that what is being talked about. There is common agreement that we have to make sense of what we heard. The shared assumption is that the participants are engaged in a normal social interaction. That assumption will hold until they find very strong contradictory evidence. When subjects were asked to take part in conversation and to insist that others clarify casual remarks made in those circumstances, the usual reaction of those others was one of either suspicion or hostility. Grafenkel cites page 6 till 7 two cases that show this consequence quite clearly. Case 1 and case 2 we can see on the slide. Apparently, conversation process on the assumption that a certain vagueness is normal. that ordinary thought does not require precision and that many expressions can be that are used in conversation are not to be taken literally. This view imprecise and non-literal nature of ordinary thought is deemed to be entirely reasonable, and for someone to question it is to act unreasonably. Ethnomethodologists have found that naturally occurring conversation provide them with some of their most interesting data. Such conversations show how individuals achieve common purpose by doing and saying certain things and not doing and saying others. Okay, I think that's all my explanation about ethnomethodology. Thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.